I think my microphone is working properly again. Welcome, 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 everybody. I hope you're all doing really, really well out there. A big shout out to my friend Wes. I was just chatting with him a minute ago. He is in hospital currently, so loads of love in the side chat for Wes. Let's get a load of feckin' shamrocks and eyeballs. Yeah, yeah. I've been there. And it fucking sucks. I can tell you that right now. And Wes is a really good mate of mine. He's been a friend of mine for years and years. So loads of love to him. Sadly, we both got a bit of, unfortunately, sad news today. An acquaintance, a friend of ours from a number of years ago, somebody I haven't seen in a long, long time, but a lovely lady indeed, sadly passed away today, lost the fight with cancer. And you know, I only found out that she was sick. I think it was last week, wasn't it, that we found out? So, you know, very sad news altogether. And may she rest in peace. And you know what? We'll have a wee dram for her. I remember going out camping with Wes and that lady and a load of other people. And let me tell you a quick story about Wes this night in particular. But first, really quickly, to Leslie, Sláinte, and may she rest in peace. An absolutely lovely lady, just a genuinely lovely, lovely person. So Sláinte. But this night in particular, myself and Wes went camping. And camping, as well you know, usually involves the use of a tent to sleep in, basically. And who forgot to bring his tent? Sorry, I've got man glitter all over me here. And who forgot to bring his tent? This guy, me. Yeah. Drove all the way up there to Galway, I think it was, wasn't it, Wes? Drove all the way up there and forgot my tent. And there was no room in any other feckin' tents. So I ended up sleeping next to the fire across a load of chairs. Wasted because of Wes, to be fair. And I tell you one thing. This man right here, he reckons it was in Tipperary. I'm not sure. I thought it was further away than that. Remember, I brought my buddy up with me. I can't even remember his name. And he got wasted. Do you remember the little ginger lad? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, I got absolutely hammered drunk. And Wes got up every hour or two to go and put fires on my logs, to put logs on the fire to keep me warm all night. What a man. What a feckin' man. I think it was near Clare or Galway's, correct. I'm pretty sure it was either near Clare or Galway's. It was one or the other. Dingle is one of my favorite places in the world. On Dangan. Beautiful place. If we're supposed to have shit weather here for the next couple of weeks, I would have loved to have gone out to Dingle for a spin on the bike, but sadly the weather's going to be shit. So there's a place down in Dingle I like to go to. It's an ice cream place that does brown bread ice cream. I know it probably sounds shit, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely lovely altogether. Now, before we get stuck into tonight's video, I'll tell you what it's all about here in a minute. Let me grab a couple of these chats. Crash has become a new member. Thank you so much indeed, and welcome to the Demon Army. Let's get a load of defamation shamrocks in the side chat, please. Bridget Divide said that custom map I sent you would look good in your background. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it actually looks fantastic. He sent me a picture of a map that this guy makes, a map of Ireland, written in Gaelic, and it's in the style of the Lord of the Rings ones. It looks absolutely awesome. Archangel 3, good to see you, says, I just caught a strike the other night. YouTube is becoming a joke. What did you catch a strike for? Let me know, because they're shitting with me now again. Mr. Binklesworth, I just saw your email just before I came live, so I absolutely will. I'll check that out, my friend. Thank you so much. Baby Doll Ironton is in the house, says hi to all. Pleasure to have you here, Baby Doll Ironton. It was absolutely lovely to meet you when I was over in Ironton. It was a fantastic experience over there. And you were lovely, absolutely lovely lady, I gotta say. And then we have Dungeon Queen says, finally made alive. That's awesome. Welcome. It's great to have you here. The more the merrier. If this is your first time here on a live stream, let me know. Let me know in the side chat. At Knight of Northern Ireland for $2 with a load of shamrock says TTU Lanov Gurvmila Mahagut Makar. Thank you so much indeed. And JD Horror, we were working on something together today. Says sorry to hear that, brother. Thank you so much indeed. I say this lady in particular, absolute dote. She was lovely, absolutely lovely lady. I wouldn't have been majorly close or anything like that, but it was just a bit of a shock because, you know, we keep in touch a little bit online and stuff like that. And, you know, I did see that she had gotten sick and I saw a few posts that she was in hospital and things like that. So to hear that news, obviously it's very sad, but to hear it so soon as well, I just didn't expect it. It just kind of came out of the blue. JD Horror and myself have a little thing going on right now. I did a bit of voice acting for JD Horror today, and it was a lot of fun. Really, you caught me like just at the right time. I was in the studio. I was waiting for something to download, and I got the email asking if I could do a bit of voice acting, and so I did. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you got. And once it's done, I'll share it out with you guys as well. We have Pete Deans in the house says, where the feck am I doing here? I think you mean what the feck are you doing here? Doesn't matter what the feck you're doing here, as long as you're having a good time. That's all that matters. Look who's here. Jack Star says, I got a medical exam coming up because it took a competency exam and it discovered, holy shit, what the fuck is this guy doing? How is he still alive? And I said, I consume my own semen. Okay. I'm going to drink so much fucking beer tonight, and then I'm not going to be off having a problem with it because I just sleep through the pain. It's either I do sleep. Okay. So this is the gentleman that was on the channel a while back, and interesting character to say the very least. The very, very, very least. Let me see here now. Thank God I got these streams untangled. You have to trick allergic from kid instead. Okay, I can't keep talking. I can't. I love you. I love you. I'll see you. Bye. All right, my friend. Well, you enjoy your beer and semen, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. Guzzling all that stuff down, and we'll see you when we see you, bud. Good to see you, MRE. Villa 55 says, hope you're doing well. Doing really well, actually. Doing great. Busy day today. I had a lot of work done today. And oh, well, how can I not give you a shout out now? Michigan Crime Time says, of course I don't get a shout out, Irish Demon. I'm cross with your handsome bearded face. I am sorry. I did miss you on the side chat, but it's great to have you here. I saw you were here earlier waiting, and you were right. I did, in fact, change the time. I did change the time. I had some stuff come up, so I had to go deal with that. Good to see Jude Curios in the side chat. I hope you're doing really well. Oh yeah, Rob, we'll get onto that in just a minute here. So YouTube are bastards, basically. I see it's a love-hate relationship with myself and YouTube. And mostly hate, to be fair, with them themselves. Love when it comes to all of you guys, but hate when it comes to them themselves. And I'll explain all that in a minute. Province T says, I just popped in, so imagine what I've just heard. It's okay. After all, it is YouTube. Cheers. Absolutely. Good to have you here. All right, last one. Jack Star says, I think that Irish Demon is extraordinarily gorgeous. Ooh. I'm not into men that way, but he's really sometimes really gets it going. When he starts about that brown bed, that kind of got me gone. Well, shucks. What can I say? What can I say? Thank you so much, buddy. I just don't even know how to respond to that. That's strangely enough not the weirdest message I got today. Not the weirdest one I got today. Yeah, you trust me when I say you don't even want to know. So basically, I have a new email address, and the reason I'm using that is because my regular email address, irishdemon@gmail.com, to be honest, it's just kind of gotten a bit over the top. Oh, Jesus. It's just gotten a little bit over the top because I get a lot of messages from companies and stuff like that to do deals like sharing fucking, I don't know, they want me to do advertising and stuff like that. And I get a lot of spam and all that kind of carry on. So I do have a new email address for you guys called irishdemon@gmail.com. So it should be a little bit easier to get me there. See, the reason I can't get back to people a lot is because my email is just so clogged up. I just get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages. So I'm just going to put a link in the side chat to the Beer and Seaman Fund, because apparently that's the thing. Good for you, Jackstar. Pretty apt name. Pretty apt name. And yeah, let's explain what happened. So today I decided to just kind of change track a little bit and try a new type of video. Now I'm sure this video will get monetized eventually. Okay. What? Oh, please tell me you something her. Please tell me, because I want you to do it again. Okay. You go drink your beer and semen and calm down. All right. That's what you should do right now. Good man. It's still not the weirdest message I got today, truth be told. That new email address I put out, and I sent it to JD Horror. Actually, I put it up somewhere, and somebody obviously got wind of it, and yeah, it's oh, that's not my PayPal account. That's my beer and semen fund for myself and Jackstar to go. I don't even want to know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's got going on. Adam L reckons I look handsome tonight. Thank you so much, Adam L. I really appreciate that. What? So Jackstar says, no, you didn't. You lose her. All right. We'll find okay. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. It's possible. I've done that. Yeah, you have. Oh, look at this. Look at this balls. Wow, my phone is like seriously tripping balls. Coconuts. Huh? You know what, Blind Bombshell? I love you dearly. And I am sorry that you had to walk in at this very moment in time. Beer and semen for everybody. One for you and one for you. Like, Jesus. How did this happen? I was going to talk about how shit fucking YouTube is. But just for the record, this is not a pity party or anything like that. Not even remotely. What I would say is that for anybody who does want to donate or anything, instead of sending it to my PayPal, hold on, I'll unpin that. Instead of sending that to my PayPal, right, find a cancer charity of your choice and just send them a couple of bucks on my behalf, in honor of Leslie. That would be really nice, actually. So yeah, anyway, so this ain't no pity party. I just want your opinions, because you guys know YouTube better than just about anybody. So it'll be interesting to see what you have to say. Cerebral Tackle says, any results with those baits, buddy? Not yet. I was down at the river yesterday and it looked really good. There's, as we say in Ireland, there's a few rising down there. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, I will get an opportunity to actually go down and try them out. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll catch something nice. Frank Perry, you cheeky bastard. I love you though. Says, with so many people saying Demon is so good looking, maybe we can get a group discount on eye exams. Real nice, Frank. Real nice, bud. MRE Villa says, thank you, my man. My stepdad is in the hospital with stage 4. I'm really sorry to hear that. And definitely give him all my best. Weirdest message I ever got was about an insurance claim declined on my camel. That gave me the hump. Ah, Jesus. Okay, so we got a feckin' comedian over here, is it? Lovely. Okay, right. I'm not reading any more of these because I'm just going to get sidetracked for the whole night. Right, so basically, I changed track a little bit and I made a new type of video, just something a little bit different. And as you guys may or may not know, this Saturday, the 6th, King Charles III will be crowned officially. He'll be his coronation. And for me, as a history nerd, that's a big deal, right? Like, as I say in the start of this video, I'm as Irish as potato flavored whiskey, but I love all the pageantry and all that stuff. I love it. I really, really do. Like, I have, being the history nerd I am, I know a fair bit about the household division and all of the different guards regiments, especially the household cavalry, something that I'm actually very, very interested in. So you have the Blues and Royals and the Life Guards, and they're a couple of regiments that go back to the 1660s. So they're one of the oldest active serving regiments in the British Army. And so it's something I'm really, really interested in. And they look fucking awesome, right? When you think about the King's Guard, you think about the lads in the red jackets with the big floofs on their heads. What the fuck is that? I've dust and bits of paint. That's paint now, that one. That's not a huge dandruff rat, and that's just paint. And so anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be sitting down all day watching it on Saturday. You can be damn sure, because it's just a fascinating thing. It's an amazing piece of history for us to actually be able to observe, whether or not you agree with the monarchy or whatever. It is a very interesting piece of history to observe. There's probably, of all of you watching right now, there's probably only a couple of you who would have even been alive when the last coronation took place, let alone the last time a king was crowned in England. So that's a big deal. That is a big, big deal in history. So something that would be amazing to watch. And as a history nerd, to be able to see like the chair he's going to be crowned in, for example, it is the oldest piece of furniture in Europe that's still used for its original purpose, which is crowning kings, and it's got really interesting graffiti all over it. And one of the most interesting artifacts in the whole thing is a little tiny golden spoon. When the monarchy was abolished in the United Kingdom way back when, everything was destroyed, including all the beautiful crowns and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that survived it was that little spoon, and that's used for the anointing process. So it's a fascinating thing for history nerds, regardless of your political view of the whole thing. So for me, it's something I'm looking forward to. But anyway, I came across this video of a Karen fucking around with the household cavalry. Now, the household cavalry, they look really cool on their big black Irish draft horses with their big shiny cuirasses, I think they are, and their really cool helmets with the big horsetail fucking horsehair thing on them, and their big sabers and their mad looking hooker boots and all this kind of shit. They look amazing. So this lady comes up, starts fucking with him, gets her arse handed to him. So what I'm going to do, there's 200 and odd of you watching right now. And of you all, my friends, I want you to watch this video very, very, very carefully. Very carefully. And tell me if you can see any reason why this video might have been demonetized. Now, I have a theory already that it's because of the use of the word Karen in the title. That may be wrong. That may be wrong. But you guys let me know what you think, because I would really love your feedback on this one. And if I have time, I'm going to probably just stay here for an hour. If I have time, I'll show you another video of another Karen assaulting one of the King's Guard with a box of Pringles. KDD says they have tons of crowns and tiaras left. So actually, a lot of the crowns are replicas. A lot of them are remade. The original jewels exist. Some of them very questionably sourced, shall we say. But most of the regalia is actually recreation. So some of the only things that really exist still would be the throne that he's going to be crowned in, which is it's not Saint Edward. Is it Saint Edward the Confessor's throne? Anyway, it's about 1,000 years old. And the spoon, they're the only two remaining original pieces. Most of them were actually all remade. So even the massive plates in the background. So you'll see when he's being crowned, in the background, it'll look like there's a table with loads of massive gold plates on it. What those plates actually are, they're recreations of the original ones that were melted down. And interestingly, that table is actually the tomb of Anna Cleves. Strangely enough, a lot of people don't realize that. And then we have Neepete says the Stone of Destiny. Yeah, so underneath that chair is what's known as the Stone of Destiny, or the Stone of Scone or Scone, depending on how you pronounce it, which is an ancient artifact that was used to crown the kings of Scotland, and it was taken by, I think it was Edward the First, or Edward the First, I think, Longshanks, the Hammer of the Scots. And it was actually stolen by a couple of Scottish nationalists years ago, and it now resides back in Scotland, but it's returned to London for the coronation, and that's the only time that it can be, and put under this chair. But anyway, look, we'll leave all that for now, because I could nerd out on this shit all day long. And that's a fascinating story. The Stone of Scone is how I would pronounce it anyway. A lot of people say the Stone of Scone, but it is the Stone of Scone. Stone of Destiny. Fascinating history. But anyway, look, I'm going to show you guys this video. I'm going to take a bit of a backseat. Yeah, it's back in Edinburgh for now, but actually it's in London right now. They only can remove it for Coronation, is my understanding. There was a bit of a video about it there the other day. Very interesting. So anyway, let me play this video for you. You tell me if you guys see anything in this that would mean that I should have been demonetized for it. All right, let's have a look. Absolutely no surprise to you that I am as Irish as potato-flavored whiskey served in a shamrock-adorned mug. But one thing I absolutely love is all the pomp and circumstance and all the ceremonial stuff in the United Kingdom around the now king. Chief among them are the King's Guard. Now you'll have all seen videos of the Make Way for the Queen's Castle Guard. Make way! Make way! And when you think of the Queen's Guard or the King's Guard, you imagine these guys with their fuzzy hats. But most of what I'm going to show you right now comes from a whole different group altogether. The Household Cavalry. Now these are broken up into two different sections, and that would be the Blues and Royals and the Lifeguards. The Lifeguards wear the red tunics, the Blues and Royals wear the kind of navy blue ones. This is one of the oldest regiments in the British Army, started back in 1660, and their sole purpose is to defend the king and the king's properties and the crown jewels, etc. Now these guys have become a massive tourist attraction. Of course they have. Look at them. They're awesome. Especially this guy. Pretty sure that's two royal guards standing on top of each other, but anyway. But as you guys know, with tourists comes a lot of problems. Chief among them being not understanding that these guys are not there for them. They do not care about your feels. Now the Household Cavalry, by nature, the fact that... Real quick, so that young fella... I saw this. I was like, I have to include this, right? So this guy, this young fella thinks he's a bit of a gangster and he's doing all the gang sign fucking, you know, the gang sign shit that they do. Yeah, it's a load of bollocks. Young fellas around here do it. It's like you're from Killing a Scully. You're not from fucking Compton. Chill out, man. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, look how quickly he goes from being so badass gangster with his little fucking hand signs to running like a bitch. Care about your feels. Now the Household dropped a big smile in the background. Anyway, cavalry, by nature, the fact that they are cavalry, ride horses. Big scary horses. Big scary battle horses. So those horses definitely don't care about your feels. And as the sign says, and as our great friend Borat says, careful, him bites. Whoa. Oh. Oh, bloody hell. For all the Brits out there, it's like a discount Del Boy. So obviously the troopers on their horses do not like their horses being touched, but they seem to be relatively lenient about it and generally allow people to do it. Until, that is, you touch the reins, because grabbing a rider's reins is the same as grabbing a driver's steering wheel. Not going to go well. So yeah, they kind of let you know about it. Make way! Get back!
I took a bunch.
But this Karen doesn't care. She keeps doing it, and she does it day after day. She keeps coming back causing trouble, keeps getting moved by the cops, and this guy went and interviewed her and asked her why, so stay tuned for that at the end. And yes, she does get bitten. You would think once bitten, twice shy, but definitely not. Now, one of the guards tells her to move, and she takes issue with the fact that he shouted at her. So she goes to the cops. Before we get into this video, lads and lassies, I am going to need the best nickname for this lady. Put it in the comment section down below. The best one will get pinned at the top.
Get away from the archers!
Good to see you, time, sir. Hope you're doing well out there, my friend.
That's not my friend. I've got a problem with this. I think you've got a problem with it. You're very rude to ladies. You're very rude. Unacceptable behaviour from you. Just because you're a police officer, doesn't give you right to bully people, does it? In front of all these people here. What right have you got to do that? When somebody's stuck in a horse, what crap is that? What crap? You keep on talking, man.
I don't think
I'm talking. What crime did it say on the public path that you cannot stroke a horse?
No, you're disturbing the truth there.
Did the horse tell you that I'm disturbing the horse? Did that horse tell you in black and white writing that I am disturbing the horse? You do what?
We've gone from what the officer said.
Give us I'm not talking to you. Did someone tell you the horse tell you I'm disturbing the horse?
We're sort of going on his behaviour now.
We are stroking horses all day long, every single day. So a horse would have told you to stop that horse. I'm stood there pitching the horses. What's your problem?
Listen, I haven't got a problem.
Oh, you're not. Because you're trying to degrade me in front of cameras, saying you've been told that twice and 3 times. I think that's very rude. Very rude. A public area, just have a weekend away for Hitster. We should have animals, I'm in North Yorkshire. I should have horse, so what? It's not a crime. If you don't like it, bring your horse back in again.
We've never really said that it's a case of crime.
Spoken to by the guard, okay? The guard came out and spoke to
I don't care what the guard
You've
said.
been spoken to by my colleague, you've been spoken to by the guard, and then
I
I've
don't
had to
care what he said. Unless you're doing a criminal record or something against an animal, fair enough.
Well, I told you that you're obstructing them in the service of their duty, okay? So that's what you're doing.
By stroking the horse is right. People say it's also all the time.
times she's been like,
Every second of it.
these are the guards walking and one of their officers come out and ask us not to.
No, it's a destruct from people taking a photo. That's what it said. I know. Stop getting from me. So next time, they're nice to people.
Make great Karen, make great sons.
Especially people here, cameras are here. It's not nice. Definitely not nice.
We are. My colleague was nice to you earlier as well, and
He was very lovely. He was very lovely.
Yeah.
But I think he was quite abrupt.
He's just ignored what he said.
I didn't know. I'm going to stroke a horse.
That's ignoring him though, isn't it?
Did the horse say that I couldn't stroke? Did he say you're not allowed to stroke a horse?
Facebook page the other day. She told me her name wasn't Maria and it's not. She's the name of Maria Cecil. It's not, it's Sandra Wilson. I found her Facebook page.
And he's asked you not to. Is everyone filming when I was talking? He's been here for hours. What?
I picked you out of it.
Thank you, appreciate that. And you continue. So that's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, that's chat with them all.
We've never said it was an issue of crime or
I hope
anything like
not.
that.
Had a big argument.
We've just asked you to not do it. It's
I
like
will do it.
touching someone's car. It
That's the
might not be a bit of might not be a crime, but it's obviously things like that as well. You know, it's obviously.
Make a jump.
Hey?
Taser her, make a jump.
Exactly, that guy's got a
One
footage.
sec, officer,
He said,
next time.
taser her and make her jump.
You've had a massive go at my colleagues for asking you politely not to touch horses, but you're not laying into tasers for that. Not that I want you to,
It's fine, it's funny.
but I don't want you to. I'm just saying it's funny, isn't
It
it?
wasn't being, yeah, but it wasn't being rude.
No, I don't want you to.
Yes, it wasn't. You put all the cameras. All the cameras.
I beg your pardon. All the cameras. All the cameras are still.
That's it. I don't care what that
Why
matters.
did you care about that?
Because he comes across
Because
the
I think it's because he was a policeman and he told you something.
My husband's a police officer. My husband's a police officer.
Police force.
Not in England, put it one way. He's in Gambia. He's a better police officer than you'll ever be in your life. He's a nice police officer. Very nice. African police are very nice and gentle, warm and loving. Not like you guys. You got power, we put the guns on you. Got nothing.
All part of being an airport, it's just you've got to wear.
When you take it off, you got nothing, have you?
Yeah,
There you go, you're nothing, are you?
yeah,
So you're still nothing anyway.
yeah, fair enough.
You're still nothing.
Yeah.
Because God's creative in it. He made you, didn't he? You didn't have to go out of town.
Funny, really. I wonder why that would be.
So we're always going there. So don't show off big forward here with big muscles on women outside there by stroking the
You didn't
horse.
use force at all. You just
No, force like as if like I'm a big man.
you just spoke to you. You can't help but shake hands.
This girl blew down the lake. Let it go. Let it sound so cringy. Nice, so maybe go to
like my colleague did earlier, he took you to one side and spoke to you nice, but you ignored it.
Very much so. What about
See the leg up your well, buddy.
My colleague inside told us.
That's the exact way to describe it.
It's the public. Be nice to people. You don't say you cannot touch the horse. No. It's very rude. And it's unacceptable behaviour from you. How on time it? Because I won't give to you, you're going to be back to me nice. I listen to you what you say. And I'm expecting your behaviour with distress on a public platform there. If I'm very people, and I won't tolerate it. Don't do it again, officer. Thank you.
So after the old Bill come over and have a chat with her, and she gives it the whole, my husband's a police officer. Basically, she gets sent on her way. But she wasn't finished there, was she? Nah, she had to go back and touch the horse again. Now, it's very clear that the horse does not want to be touched at this point. You can tell from the way it moves its head and all that stuff. I'm no horse expert. I do, however, come from a small drinking village with a bit of a horse problem. So I know a thing or two about when to not touch a horse. The ears pinned back, showing the whites of its eyes, and tearing its head away from you. Good indication it doesn't want to be touched. And then immediately after that, the trooper clearly didn't want the horse to be touched, and for your enjoyment, let her know with great gusto.
Get back!
Oh, Karen.
Get off the road!
She's deliberately doing it. She's provoking.
Go away, Mike. Go away.
He's getting the police. She's grabbed the reins twice.
Rightly said, Courtney. It's not funny at all. It's actually quite dangerous. It's a big fucking animal.
I'll do it again, thank you. I won't do it again, officer.
She's telling the police she's going to do it again.
I won't. Don't worry.
Oh, you're right. Why did you grab the reins with the horse for?
Well, what it was, somebody grabbed the reins. So basically what I was saying was to the person, don't touch the reins. So I showed them how to do it. So I touched it because I said, don't do it. If you do that, this is what happens.
Right.
That's
okay.
why I touched the reins.
Right.
So basically, because someone touched the reins and he screamed up, so then I went to him, don't do that. So I showed him example, touching the reins, this will happen. You do not touch the reins.
Call me crazy here, but could you not have just told them not to touch the reins? Or here... No, that's a bit crazy. You know what? I'll tell you anyway. Here's a crazy one. Why not mind your own damn business? They're not your reins. It's not your horse. They're not your bodyguards. Woosa.
And then this man here, very coming by,
Thanks for your message.
very rude.
I appreciate
In
it.
fact, he was very, very rude.
Sandra.
He was very rude. He was very rude boy. He was very arrogant and rude to a lady.
Famous.
Pardon?
So people are posting your name everywhere, you're becoming famous because you're disrespecting this guard. No one likes that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I love horses and I love London.
Really do, yeah.
Part of my life.
Okay.
I'm very happy about that. You take care, my boy. And God bless you. Can't be shook it. Come on, I'll show you.
It's getting really...
See? That's how you properly stroke a horse. You could tell from the horse's reaction. He clearly loved it, right, Karen? Wrong. Leave the poor animal alone. Go back to 1660, when these regiments were founded, and show them this video. Do you think for 1 minute that they ever could have imagined that this kind of crap would be happening? And that some random Irish fella would be talking about it all on YouTube? And to be fair, if that happened in 1660, they would have just put her in the feckin' Tower of London. Anyway, lads and lassies, that was just a little bit of a break from the... Now, one here for the history nerds out there, especially the British military history nerds. What is the tune that I play at the end of this video? usual kind of content. If this is something that you like, do let me know. I'd love to comment on more of this kind of thing. There's actually a huge amount of this stuff out there, and I'll leave a link to the original video down below. Anyway, folks, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and hit that like button, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sláinte. All right, history nerds. All right, history nerds. In the side chat right now, especially military history, British military history nerds, what was the song? Oh, we already got it. We already got one. Hold on. Let me see if there's anybody ahead of you. I think we have a winner. All right. Winner. All right. British Grenadiers, the March of the British Grenadiers. Come on, G guns and fight me. That's an old Irish song. Yeah. Come on, G, come and fight me. Absolutely. Yeah, no, a few people got the Grenadiers there. Yeah. Well spotted. Well spotted. Bound to be a Beatles song. Not Navy. No, definitely not Navy. Let me see. British Grenadiers. Yeah, a few people got it. Barbie Girl. Yes, the Barbie Girl remix. British Army version. Tusk says it was Comanche Black and Tans. Hold on. It was Comanche Black and Tans. Fucking up. But the combined brass band of the Royal Marines. Brilliant. Actually, a really good friend of mine, Mark, was a Royal Marine Commando. And we had another friend who served in the Navy for a long time. And he used to always call him Navy. They used to go at it, man. Oh, you sent the link, JD. Where did you send it to that other email address? I can't access it from this computer. Real quick, I'm just gonna see if I can get it. If I can get it from my phone to my computer, I'll actually I can just look it up. Can I? Is it on your YouTube channel right now? On your YouTube channel right now, I'll play it as long as it's not too long, because I have to go here in just a minute because I got loads of shit to do for tomorrow. Where is it? There it is. Actually, you know what I might do? If it's all good with you, JD Horror, I might actually play out the stream with that video, if that's okay. As like my video outro. Give me 2 seconds here now. Oh, time served. Oh man, I love your channel. I always would recommend channels like his, and there was a few others. Kitchen Court. Oh god, I'm so bad with names and stuff like that. Kitchen Court. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You're probably here watching now. I feel very embarrassed. You know who you are. You know what I'm talking about. If anybody can remind me in the side chat, I really appreciate it. Those two channels. There's a couple others in particular. And what I like about them is, unlike my channel, a lot of the commentary is either very, very little or none at all. So it's really nice to be able to just listen to them while I'm working on other things. Like I do a lot of leather work, a lot of woodwork, stuff like that. So it's actually perfect. Oh yeah, kitchen court cases it is. That's right. Lisa Doran says, how do we order specialty made leather items? So I'm actually back working hard at the leather work. So that if you want something made within reason, because I'm limited enough both in time and in terms of ability as well. There's certain things I can't make. But I'll definitely try my best. If you send me an email, I have a new email address. And that actually was something I wanted to respond to somebody else as well. My new email address is irishdemonarmy@gmail.com. The reason I've set that up is as a lot of you will know, I lose so many emails because I literally just get hundreds and hundreds of emails a day, and most of it's just spam and shite. Which is a shame, really, because I do lose a lot of those emails. But I've been using that email now for about 2 or 3 years, so it's probably time to change. So that's the new one. I still have access to the other one, the other email address. So in case anybody does send it to that one, that's still there. But definitely, if you send an email to irishdemonarmy@gmail.com, you'll find it that I will be way quicker to respond. So for anybody who's trying to get in touch with me at the moment, through there or through Discord isn't so bad, but definitely through that email address for sure. Griff Kai says we need to have a history nerd stream. I would love that. I would love that. I am just a history nerd. Like when I'm not working, I watch history videos. That's about it, really. Teresa, great to see her for £5, says I'm off to London tomorrow. You lucky, lovely person, you. Can't wait for the pageantry. Love you, Irish Stephen. Thank you so much indeed. Oh, I would give anything to go to London this weekend. Even if I wasn't there for the day of the coronation, I would, because I've never been in London. I've never been to England. So I would absolutely love to go. I think it would be nigh on impossible to get tickets to fly over there, even for the day. And my brother doesn't live very far from there either, which would have been ideal in hindsight. But alas, such is life. If, Teresa, you would be so kind, if you can get me any kind of like a memorial trinkety thing, even just something tiny, doesn't matter what it is, a feckin' lollipop or whatever it is. If you can grab something like that, I would absolutely love it. I would be delighted. And when I'm over in your neck of the woods, hopefully during the summer, then I might be able to drop in and say hello and pick it up. I'd absolutely love that. If you could grab something, anything at all, even if it's like one of those free flyers or whatever they hand out, that would be amazing. I've never ever been in England. I've been to Scotland and Wales, Ireland, Northern Ireland, and a list of other countries, but never been to England. And it's something I'm really looking forward to getting over there, especially over to London. That's, because the history of London, the Viking history of it, the Anglo-Saxon history of it, the Norman history of it. There's a lot to see there, and for a history nerd, it is pretty much heaven, frankly. Lisa Doran says, hello, handsome Irish devil demon. Thank you so much. Deed, sorry I'm late. Just home from the doctors. Well, I hope you're feeling much better. I hope everything's okay. And my thoughts are with you no matter what anyway, but I hope that everything goes well for you. I'm not snubbing it. I just can't wait to go. I just never got around to it. Yeah, right, Tina. That's I think there's two things here that it could be. The first one is the title, referring to a Karen, and the second one I think could be the fact that there was police firearms in it. So it's either one or the other. I think it's kind of hard to say. Frank Perry for $5 says, "You see the videos of the guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier? Believe it or not, I was actually watching them yesterday. I love those videos. Those lads are sharp, man. And their uniforms are sharp. Holy shit. There's one lad there. His uniform is so sharp you could shave yourself with it. He says, you get to see the stupid people all over the world. Oh, yeah. They exist everywhere. Everywhere. Little Lolo says, Demon, where can we send you links and that? I hate this lady has the same accent as me. Well, that's not your fault, little Lolo. That is not your fault. But change your accent, because that's terrible to have the same one as her. I'm only kidding. Mr. Binklesworth, great to see you, my friend, for $5 says, had someone grab at the horse waiting to joust. How fucking stupid can you be? Like, people forget the horse is a weapon. Exactly, right? Just to clarify, for anybody out there who doesn't know anything about military history and what a joust is. A joust is when you get a big bastard covered in steel. You put him on a big feckin' horse covered in steel with a big long shtick like this, and you ride hard at the phrasing. You ride your noble steed at the other lad, and you feckin' try and knock him off. So you get a point for a hit, like if you hit him in certain areas. I think, yeah, there's different point scoring systems. But if you nail that fucker hard enough to knock him off his horse, I think you get 10 points or something like that. Jousting is awesome. I watch a lot of full contact jousting. I used to love that show. I can't remember what it was called. But I will say this, the horses used in those shows, they're fucking ginormous. Not historically accurate, though. If we're going for historical jousting, as a lot of you may know, they weren't as big as the horses are portrayed in movies and stuff like that. So there you go. Henry VIII almost was killed in a joust. Absolutely right. Definitely received a lot of prefrontal damage from that. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of very, very famous historical figures that were killed in jousts. Really, really, really dangerous sport. Like, obviously, you had two feckin' horses tearing at each other and two bios with big sticks battering each other at the same time. So yeah, why anybody would go out of their way to try to touch what is the medieval version of an Abrams tank is a mystery to me. Like, what is wrong with people? Tina Slay, oh yeah, same crack. I know you've sent it to me a million times. Could you email it to that same email address, irishdemonarmy@gmail.com? Because I just can't find emails. It's a fucking nightmare. Roisin is in the house, says D. Eva Cord. Dia Smart. I hope you're doing really well out there, Roisin. I'll be up your neck of the woods. When? On the 16th, I want to say. I think I'll be up your neck of the woods in the 16th. If you're out on the bike, give me a shout. Pete Dean says, just curious, but could you do a guitar strap? Oh yeah, I think I could manage that. I've never made one, but I'm pretty sure I could manage that. If you want to send me an idea that you might have for it, I could definitely do something like that. I make a lot of belts and wrist straps and little bags and shit like that. But yeah, hit me up. I'll see what I can work out for you. And Becca, Welsh News Network, has become a new member. Thank you so much, Nick. Can I get a lot of Defamation Shamrocks in the side chat for Becca? I really appreciate it. All right. Well, this is just a quick stream just to get a bit of your idea on what this could be, right? On what could cause this demonetization. And I can't see what it is. I'm gonna check right now, because I did ask if it could be reviewed. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, sometimes it's straight away. So it still says here that it's under review. Another one was demonetized the other day, but I think it actually got reviewed and monetized. Yes, it did. Do you know what one was demonetized the other day? Explain this to me, YouTube, please. The one of the vendor in Spain playing the squeezy box instrument, singing Irish Demon or some shit like that. Like what the fuck? Like, someone explain why that was demonetized. You know what I'm saying? My haircut, I did that myself. That's why. I did actually do the hair myself. It's bad. It is bad. So anyway, I'm going to play you guys out tonight with a video from JD Horror, and I appear in it as a voice. I will actually be getting a cameo soon. Cameo is a thing where you can get your favorite YouTubers or whatever to send messages to people for their birthday and things like that. I've actually got a lot of requests to do it, so I said, "Feck it, I'll put myself out there if anybody wants one." I'll let you guys know when it's available. But I am going to get myself off to bed, boys. It's only 10 p.m. here, but I'm absolutely bait. I've been working all day long, so I'm pretty cream crackered, as we say. Right, let me see if I can just get this video. Where would this be, though? That's the next question. It's called The Irish Demon. There we go. The Irish Demon story time. This is from JD Horror. If somebody could kindly put the link to JD Horror in the side chat, I will pin it at the top if anybody wants to go over and check out that channel. And yeah, I'm going to play this out for you. And we'll catch you guys. I probably won't be able to do a live tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Definitely we'll have videos out tomorrow. And I'll catch you guys over the weekend at some point. Friday night, most likely doing a show. Waiting to hear back from somebody about that other show idea, but we'll see how that goes. And we'll catch you all later. But before we do, the Triggered Feckin' Limey for £2 says, I can't think of anything good to say. That's a first for you. I still stand by what I said many times. The Triggered Limey is the funniest person on YouTube. Okay? Hands down. I got to catch up with you when I go over to England, man. I'm going to drive over. Well, not over the water. I got a new car, by the way. Lads and lassies, I'll tell you this real quick. Good friend of mine, BMW fan. Really good at working on them. I don't have the time or patience to fix my BMW. But it was still running, and I could still drive it, but it wasn't great. So I swapped them for a car that I've actually wanted for a long time. And I know the car people out there are going to cringe, but hear me out. I got an Alfa Romeo 159, but it's the fancy one with the sexy interior. Cream leather with Alfa Romeo stitched into it. I'll show you guys pictures of it tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow. And it's really fast. It's outrageously fast. It's remapped and it's it's fucking epic. It sounds amazing. Looks so cool. But it's an Alfa Romeo. And so I'm fully aware that an Alfa Romeo sporty fucking thing, it's going to die at some point. It's just a matter of when. That's simple as that. And when I was coming home yesterday, I was driving along in third gear, because obviously it's manual. I was driving along in third gear, change gear, but didn't change gear. Basically, the gear stick moved, but the gears didn't change, and it was all floppy. So I had to drive the whole way home, 30 miles in third gear. Not fun when you have to stop and basically burn your clutch out trying to drive along a bit. But anyway, Tad says, I can rewire for you when the electrics go to shit. That's an inevitability. That's going to happen. But it's a lot of fun. And I just have it as a little thing, just keep me going for a while. It's a lot of fun, though. You know who drives Alfa Romeos? Pedestrians. That's who. Yep. So anyway, coming home, fucking gearbox breaks after one day. Because the Italians were like, I don't give a shit about how good the car is. As long as it looks nice, it's a good car. And it's fast as shit, to be fair. And it sounds awesome. The interior. Oh, hold on. If I have a picture of the interior, I'll bring it up on the screen for you. Real quick. At least I think I have a picture of it in there. Bear with. Let me see here. At least I had. Oh, the inside of this car is magnificent. And it's like, it was designed by the same person that designed the interior for one of the Ferraris, and it looks the exact same. Like, I saw the picture. I can't remember where I found the picture, but like, the car needs a bit of love, bit of touch up. But it's definitely getting there. Hold on. This is the inside of it. Look at that. Like, come on, man. That is hot as hell. And it's got loads of fancy extras in it. And like, it's got, so like the Alfa Romeo red stitching, and it doesn't it just look delicious? It is a lovely looking car. It's incredibly comfortable, really, really fast. Arguably too fast now, to be fair. But it's cool. It is really, really cool. And I've had a lot of fun in it. But anyway, I got it home. Of course, me being me, my initial reaction is, okay, so I'm just going to casually go over here and get a liter of petrol, a match, and an axe, and I'm going to destroy the fucking thing. That was my initial reaction, and then I calmed down a little bit, and I went in under it, and eventually I was able to fix it. It was only something relatively small that had been kind of overlooked by the previous owner, and it literally took 2 minutes to fix it, and now it's back on track. I've had a lot of fun cars. See, this is the thing. I've had cars that I found really fun that definitely weren't either A, economical, or B, a good idea. Like, they will die at some point. Like these shithouse cars that I get, like Fiat Punto turbos and all this mad stuff that's a lot of fun, but not very reliable at all. Fiat, fix it again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's a weapon of a car, though. It is fucking rapid. It's so fast. It is so fast. So it's fun, but it will die. Like, I'm under no illusion. When I called to change over my insurance, I was like, I definitely have breakdown assistance, right? And they were like, yep. And the cheeky little bastard, the young lad working in the insurance company, goes, well, it is an Alfa Romeo, so you're probably going to need it. And I was like, fuck you, man. And then I literally broke down like 4 hours later, for fuck's sakes. But I fixed it. I got covered in oil. I got scratches all over me, because to work on an Alfa Romeo engine, you have to have the hands of a 6-year-old child. But I managed to make it work, and it's a lot of fun anyway. But anyway, lads and lassies, I'll leave you there. I'm going to, where's this fucking video? Hold on. Is this a?
JD Horror here.
There it is. This is from JD Horror, lads and lassies. Definitely go check out JD Horror's. Wait. JD Horror, can you just share a link once more, buddy? I'm going to pin it to the top. And if you guys go check out JD Horror's channel, I'd really appreciate it. I haven't even seen this yet. I'm really looking forward to watching it. I'll be watching it here in the background, and we'll catch you all later, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. Sláinte.
Just a quick little story for you today, and I'd like to thank Irish Demon for doing some of the voice acting for me. If you don't know who that is, go check out his channel. He does a lot of court cam videos, sovereign citizen videos, He's absolutely hilarious. I join pretty much every live stream I can. I love you, buddy. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next live stream.
Thank you so much, man. That's so nice. Sorry, gotta go. Someone's cutting onions.
Anyways, sit back, turn off the lights, and embrace the creepy. I never thought my honeymoon in Ireland would end up as a horror story, but that's exactly what it was. It was a horror story. My wife Amanda and I got married a few years ago. Our families came from all over Canada to watch us tie the knot. It was an absolutely amazing day. Her parents paid for our honeymoon, and initially they had us set up in a suite overlooking the River Liffey in Dublin. I wish we had just said thank you and taken the trip they had already booked, but we both wanted something more quiet. A nice peaceful vacation far away from the hustle and bustle of any major city. Her parents were happy to refund it and let us pick wherever we wanted to go, so we jumped on Airbnb and chose a small farmhouse in the countryside complete with the ruins of a 200-year-old castle. We both loved old stuff like that, so it was a major selling point for that particular property. The place looked perfect. It was exactly what we were hoping for. As soon as we arrived at the gate, we were greeted by the owner, who introduced himself as John. He was a jolly old Irishman, probably mid-60s if I had to guess, with kind, wrinkly eyes and a thick gray and white beard framing a big, welcoming smile. He seemed like a jovial old man, very laid back, easy to talk to, and actually pretty easy to understand. We felt at home as he showed us around the farm, and we were impressed by how beautiful and serene the place was. That is, until we started making our way to the modest little farmhouse. Then I got an eerie feeling as I looked up and saw a little old woman standing in the window on the second floor, just staring out at us with a blank expression on her face. John saw me notice her and said,
That's Irish Mammy. You don't have to worry about her. Keys to herself mostly. That being said, she gets a wooden spoon in her hand and you run like hell, yeah? Not much of a runner, Mammy, but got a good strong whipping wrist on her.
John had a serious look on his face when he said this, but it slowly faded into a smile, followed by a hearty chuckle. Amanda and I awkwardly laughed it off, trying to be polite. We were given a tour of the quaint little home, shown to our room, and John left us to unpack and get settled, letting us know that dinner would be served at 6. That evening, while we were all having dinner by the fireplace, our host told us stories about the local folklore and how the countryside was home to ancient spirits and an Irish demon. Years ago, after the castle was used by generations of the family who built it, it was left to decay. That's when a cult of Satan worshippers started using the estate for ritual sacrifices. People would seemingly vanish into thin air without a trace of existence. We honestly didn't take his tales seriously. Both of us being atheists, we didn't buy into religious nonsense like that. The whole time John talked, Mammy sat quietly in the corner with that same blank stare we'd seen from the window, but now it was more wary. It was as if she was trying to warn us about something, but she was forbidden to. That night, we settled in early to try to shake off the jet lag, but things took a dark turn. Lying in bed, Amanda fell asleep like immediately, but me, I tossed and turned. I couldn't seem to shake the feeling that something wasn't right. At around 3 a.m., I sensed a presence in the room. I opened my eyes to see a shadow lurking in the corner, and there seemed to be a faint chanting coming from somewhere on the property. I shook Amanda awake and we both stared at the ominous figure. As we watched, it started moving towards us. I frantically reached for the light, turning it on to reveal the pale face of Mammy. My new bride screamed in terror as we heard the old woman speak for the first and only time. She said one word, and the memory of it will haunt me for the rest of my life. Run! We jumped out of bed, darted around her, and ran from the room, just as the owner was rushing down the hall, pushing past us into the bedroom, and the house went dead silent. After what felt like an eternity, John appeared in the doorway with one hand wrapped around Mammy's shoulder, guiding her out. In his other hand, a wooden spoon. He cocked his head and, in a very ominous tone, he said,
I did warn you about Mammy and her spoons. I'll see to it this doesn't happen again. You two go on and get some rest. Busy day tomorrow.
Amanda and I debated on calling a cab right then and getting the hell off that farm. We talked ourselves down and decided just to brave through the night and make our exit the next day. When morning came, it brought with it a dark fog rolling over the hills. And to make things worse, Amanda was like totally out of it and extremely pale. I told John that we had to leave. I tried to make up some family emergency. He cut me off and explained,
Until this fog clears, you're not going anywhere, I'm afraid. The road up this way is next to impossible when you can't see 3 inches from your face.
The day only got stranger. The once friendly old man took on an evil essence. As the day grew to night, my wife just got worse and worse, in and out of sleep, burning up. I left the room to find John to get her some help, but he was nowhere to be seen. That's when I heard the same chanting from the prior night, but it was loud. It was coming from the second floor. I rushed back to our room and found it locked, so I began kicking it until it broke free from its hinges. There, dressed in a black and red robe, was John, now looking completely different. His gray beard now jet black, the wrinkles on his face were non-existent. He was young. It looked like he wasn't any more than 30 years old. He turned to face me as he finished his incantation with a smile on his face. And what I saw next was horrifying. I can only explain it as it was like my wife melted or imploded even into a fountain of blood, and then she was gone. It was all gone. It was as if she had been sucked into another dimension, and that's when my vision went black. I was found by a truck driver the next day walking down a dusty country road and was brought to the hospital. I tried to explain what happened to the authorities, but they didn't believe me. They told me that there was no Airbnb in that area. In fact, the farm I claimed we were on had been abandoned for over 100 years. They explained that I had been in an accident and was just experiencing trauma. They told me I had come to Ireland alone and there was no record of my wife ever being on a plane with me. I called everyone I knew, but no one remembered her. Her parents had no idea who I was or what I was talking about. They said that they never even had a daughter. It was like she was just a figment of my imagination. It wasn't until years later that I learned the truth. The owner was an Irish demon who preyed on unsuspecting young tourists looking for a quiet getaway. He steals the life they have left to keep for himself, so he can live forever. He sacrificed my wife and used dark magic to erase any evidence of her existence. It's a horror story I'll never forget and no one will ever remember. So this serves as a warning to anyone venturing to the Irish countryside. Beware of the folklore, because it's all way too fucking real.